everybody's so busy talking.
Greetings. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining.
Why don't you join us?
Yeah.
Right, it's in rehearsal.
That's right. But this is a good reason to miss.
It's a fun way to see people. We'll have to see you sometime.
Hey, Joan. Someday
Oh, have a nice evening. Hello.
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
One way to go.
Decided then, the second one, so got rid of it. Within a few days, the clock was gone. Yep, I don't know, ask him. He hasn't thrown me out yet. Joan, do you know Lindsay? She recently joined the
I'm guessing it's going to be
Get a minute, you want to make like seated just to like show you. So you like very active and sacred for it. I invited her. That's great.
It is. I actually haven't seen more than like yeah, it was really to represent women who were kept out with.
I want to stay on the end because Ginger's in the car. Yeah. Well, she came up from Tennessee. So, she had no choice.
I think someone's sitting there.
Yeah, she's good. She actually likes sitting there. It's enough for them.
Someone's sitting there. You can see
So she's You didn't miss anything because it was all cloudy. It just got dark. You could see it.
Fred. Fred is sitting.
So, that sounds good. Did you know that? Did you know that?
Well, that's why.
Obviously.
something I thought you would say.
If it's in there while they're making coffees, whatever. Like I had to wash my glasses.
Don't say with that. I'm going to be that one.
I know it's really because I have to arrange the dog for medicine early in the
But I made the rest of
I believe in saying that word.
I try to meld in.
Keith, anyone sitting like over here?
Ron, I'm Ross.
Friends, come on. Kindly take seats if you can. Please take some seats.
Check.
So welcome everyone. Linda and I promised Sandy that we would try to keep us on schedule. So we will try to keep us on schedule. We ask people, if you can, to take seats. Am I on? Yes. Yeah. As we begin, first thing, I think she's in the kitchen. Is she here? Sandy Gold? Sandy, come on out. Sandy. But, so Sandy, hopefully you can hear us.
Sandy.
There she is. So before we begin. Yeah, you have no idea how hard this woman has worked to put everything together. We are grateful to Sandy and to her team. Wow, they have really done so much. Sandy not only has done so much of the preparation, the cooking, and the organization, she graciously volunteered, I think it was back in January, to put things together, and has worked so hard to coordinate this event. And what a wonderful year, and to see this social hall as full as it is. So Sandy, thank you so much.
Since I volunteered, I haven't slept. Linda gave me some good ideas. Okay,
as we'll see and as we know, thank you to Linda for her music and likewise for envisioning so many ways of making this Seder special. More to come. Tonight we remember we are free. And tonight we also remember the hostages who are not. We leave a place for them at our Seder, and we leave a very large space for them in our hearts. You saw as you were driving in, I trust the incredible sign, that banner that we have up outside. And Ellen and Harvey, thank you so much. It's That's outside. Inside, there's a high chair, hopefully, which you, Sisterhood had donated a high chair a while back, but this high chair tonight is, has a very special purpose. We would think that in a high chair like this would be sitting on the night of a Passover Seder, Kafir Babas, who is from kibbutz near Oz. Only he's been taken into captivity with his brother Ariel and with his parents Shiri and Yarden. And we don't know any more about this youngest of hostages and his family or anything else. In fact, we await news concerning the return of 133 hostages, many of whom we understand are not with us. In college campuses, and I'm sure everybody has been looking at the newspaper in the last day or the headlines or as you were driving here this evening, in college campuses there's been a wildfire of hate and misinformation, with many impressionable students succumbing to their roles as useful idiots of Hamas. In recent days, in the last day, I've heard chilling anti-Semitic chants in both English and in Arabic, from Free Palestine to Palestina Aravina to Palestine is Arab, that is Judenrein, free of Jews. I heard nothing of the pain and the anguish of the hostages and their families. That some Jewish students are themselves participating in those demonstrations is indeed shameful. What then to make of the Seder's final line, which is next year in Jerusalem? Throughout the millennia, that's been more than a mere metaphor, and it's more than rhetoric, but it's an expression of our connection to the land of Israel, a reality that, whether from ignorance or malice, all of those protesters dismissed. It's been said that ever since the Exodus, freedom has spoken with a Hebrew accent. And let me briefly outline tonight's ritual together. We are here well over 3,000 years after the events described in the Torah, continuing the annual observance of maintaining that freedom is a God-given right for all. Now, what we do today has evolved over time. For almost 1,000 years, it was a gathering at the ancient temple in Jerusalem, and that gathering would be essentially barbecued lamb and matzah. But it became a home ritual in an organized Seder arrangement with a Haggadah telling. And that's been how we've done it for the last 2,000 years. And let me also note that rituals are ways that we express identity. And in the Torah, even before God frees the people between the 9th and 10th plagues, God instructs them to have a Seder. Its major elements, we will pour 5 cups of wine, the 5th being for Elijah, but we're only going to drink 4. We're going to retell the story of freedom. We're going to consume wine and matzah and bitter herbs. We'll have a festive meal. We're going to ask questions and offer an answer, and the answer is that God is a force for freedom. Now, the essence of Passover is that in every generation, It's a person's duty to regard herself or himself as though she or he personally have come out of Egypt. So I ask you to think, how have you experienced freedom or redemption in your life? There are many slaveries to be faced and to be overcome. Now, Passover never grows old because people desire freedom, and the need for its reminders are important. And so with that, let's open our booklets. These booklets have been around here for a few years now. And Richie Bauman, a former chair of our worship committee, our ritual committee, helped to organize with me this a number of years back. Ellen, since you're so close to the candles, let me ask you on page 1 for the blessings. Amen.
Amen.
And we sing together the Shehechianu, which is right underneath it.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu l'zman hazeh.
That we read together, may Passover be aglow with light, may Passover be sustained with hope, may Passover be blessed with peace. And we bless our children, and we say to the boys who are here, Yasimcha Elohim ka'Ephraim v'cha may God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. And we say to the girls, Yasimech Elohim ka'Sara Rivka Rachel the Leah, may God make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yipinecha, may God's presence shine upon you and be good to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God's presence be with you and give you peace. On page 2, Linda presents to us and leads us and asks that we sing along.
Thank you.
With the order of the Seder.
Kadesh urechas, karpas yarkas, gadi rachasa, motzi masa, marur korech, shulchan orech, zafud barech, hallel.
Now, if you haven't already done so, put some wine or juice into your glass.
Juice.
There are 4 action verbs in 4 to 5 action verbs in the Torah. Dan Goodman is going to lead us this evening in Kiddush. You can find it on page 3. Then 4, pardon me, page 4. Page 4. And then I've just done a symbolic hand washing. There's two of them. There'll be one right before our symbolic meal. But we begin with karpas. So nearby should be salt water. That's in the blue plastic cups. And there is parsley nearby, karpas.
You dip the vegetables in.
This comes at springtime, and so we take green herbs known as karpas, symbols of springtime and renewal. We dip them into the salt water, a reminder of tears formed during slavery. So the whole thing is the dipping, so make sure to do a nice dunk dipping. No. That's for washing hands. This is the salt. Trust me, you want this. Hopefully, folks have had an opportunity to dip. So there's a blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri ha'adamah. And have some parsley. On page 6, because poor slaves rarely have enough to eat, they often put away some of their food for later, thereby ensuring a next meal. Breaking the matzah and putting some away, we are reminded of the slave's dread and hunger. After our festive meal, the afikomen will be eaten as a ritual dessert. And so I have here, we have a beautiful cover, and in it there are 3 matzahs. So I'm going to take the middle matzah, which is where the afikomen comes from. I'm going to break it in half. This is the larger piece, so this will be the afikomen piece. And I'm going to wrap the afikomen as well, and then this actually gets wrapped right into that, the blue one right there. I think there are 2 of us under B'nai Mitzvah age, CJ and Adria, right? Mm-hmm. So you can see it's being wrapped. Look for it later on. It's going to be a while, but keep an eye on that afikomen. Halach Ba'anya, an invitation to share the Passover meal with all who hunger for it, is not said in Hebrew but in Aramaic, the language Jews and their neighbors typically spoke when the prayer was originally composed. By reciting Halach Ba'anya in Aramaic, all could understand the invitation. And so our tradition is to recite it in Aramaic along with Linda. This is on page 7.
Halach ma'anya di'achalu achalu ahatanya be'ara Dimitrahim be'ara Dimitrahim kol difin yetebiyehu kol disrik yetebinisla hashana ha lishana Israel.
young folks present, if you're so inclined, we invite you to join along with Linda and us all in the 4 questions. They begin on page 7 and continue on to page 8. And I tell you what, Amanda, can we have you come up with us as well? And don't feel bad, Amanda is already a bat mitzvah, but trust me on this, we're going to be having a Seder tomorrow night at Watermark, and the youngest person is going to be in their late 50s. So you never know, Amanda. So.
Ready? And you know what? Let's all pretend. Let's all remember that moment when we were the youngest at our Seder. And let's help Amanda out. Manishtana halayla hazet mikol halelot mikol halelot shebechol halelot anu oflim chabetu masa chabetu masa halayla hazet kulam yasa halayla hazet kulam yasa shebechol halelot anu oflim she'or yirakot she'or yirakot halayla hazet kudor haror halayla hazet maror shebechol halelot einanu mafilim afilu ba'am echad afilu ba'am echad halayla hazet shetei de'ami halayla hazet shetei de'ami shebechol halelot anu oflim ben yoshviru ben nesuvim ben yoshviru ben nesuvim halayla hazet kulanu nesuvim halayla hazet kulanu nesuvim.
Thank you, Amanda.
And thank you all you children out there.
So the answer to the 4 questions, which is, hey, things are happening differently, is given immediately. And the immediate answer is, it's because we were slaves. So you see at the bottom of page 8 in Hebrew, and then on page 9 in English, Avadim Hayinu, we were slaves.
Avadim hayinu ata b'nei chorin avadim hayinu ata b'nei chorin avadim hayinu ata b'nei chorin
We continue to tell the story on page 9. And for those who are comfortable, we'll ask that we're going to go around if you're comfortable reading. If not, simply pass to the next person. Ellen, if we can impose, it happened that Rabbi Eliezer. You did.
Yeah, it's privilege of seating.
They did not stop until their students came in and
read, like our sages of old, the more we dwell on this story of how Adonai our God rescued the Israelites from Egyptian bondage, the more praise we deserve.
We all should learn of God's redeeming power, each of us according to our own level of understanding and comprehension. Of course, not every Jew is equally receptive or capable. That is why the tradition speaks of 4 types of children among the children of Israel: the wise, the wicked, the simple, and the one who does not know enough.
What do wise children ask?
What are the duties, laws, and rules that Adonai our God has taught us? These gifted children should be taught all the laws of Passover from beginning to end, including the reference to the Passover meal for the animal.
Don't forget that Afikomen. What do the wicked ask?
We were slaves to Pharaoh.
On page 11, what is this service?
What is this service to you? And it is to you and not to us. The children first themselves off from us and you, storing our faith in her age, make it eat their words and lying. I do this because of what God did for me when I came out of Egypt. By excluding yourself, you could not have been good.
What does the simple
Simple
one
one
ask?
ask.
What is this? How is simple trying that? What mighty and God
And on page 12, we read together, and with the one who does not know enough to ask, you must take the first step. The book of Exodus explains, you shall tell your child on that day, saying, this is because of what Adonai did for me when I came out of Egypt.
In the beginning, our ancestors served idols, but now we are called to serve the eternal Adonai our God. And so doing began with degradation, but ended with glory. As it is written in olden times, your forefathers lived beyond the Euphrates and worshipped other gods. But I took your God away with them from behind the Euphrates and led them through the land of Canaan to my house.
And Ruthie, Bavakasha, both the Ivrit in the Hebrew and in English. Next reading.
ברוך שומע הבטחתו לישראל, ברוך הוא, שהקדוש ברוך הוא אישר את הקץ לעשות כמו שאמר לאברהם אבינו בברית בין הבתרים, שנאמר, ויאמר לאברהם, ידוע פדה כי גר יהיה זרעך בארץ לא להם, ועבדו ועינו אותם 400 שנה, וגם את הגוי אשר יעבדו דן אנוכי. Blessed is the one who keeps you promise to Israel. Praise be the one who foresaw both you and slay them and our redemption. When you, Adonai our God, established the covenant with our forefather Abraham, telling you, know well that your offspring shall be strangers but I will execute judgment, and in the end, they shall go free.
We don't drink, but we raise our cups.
Vehi Sheanda, Lavotenu Velanu, Vehi Sheanda, Lavotenu Velanu, Shevo Echad Bilvad, Amadaleinu Lechalotenu, Elo Shechol Dor Omdilaleinu Lecholatenu Lehakadosh Baruch Hu, Matzalenu Mi'adam, V'Akadosh Baruch Hu, Matzalenu Mi'adam.
and it's on page 14 in English. Our ancestors were wandering Arameans. They went down to Egypt. They lived there as strangers, few in number. There they became a great nation, mighty and numerous. But the Egyptians were cruel to us. They afflicted us. They imposed hard labor upon us. Then we cried out to Adonai, the God of our ancestors. And Adonai heard our cry, saw our plight, our woe, our oppression. Then God led us out of Egypt with a mighty hand, with an outstretched arm, with awesome power, and with signs.
When Israel was in Egypt land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land, tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. Thus saith the Lord, bold Moses said, let my people go. If not, I'll smite your firstborn dead. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. No more shall they in bondage toil. Let my people go. Let them come out with Egypt's spoil. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go.
And our next reader?
And God said, I will go through the land of Egypt on that night, and I will mete out justice against all the gods of Egypt. I, Adonai. And as for wonders, it will be plagues.
For I will show you wonders in the heavens and on earth, blood and fire and columns of smoke. We recall those ancient 10 plagues, the plagues of legend, signs and wonders that haunt us still, and as is custom, as is tradition, for each one of the plagues, we enumerate them by taking with your finger or a spoon. You take a drop for each plague, put it onto your Seder plate. As I tell the kids in religious school, don't lick your finger. The whole idea here is we are diminishing our enjoyment of wine or juice. There's a midrash which says that when the heavenly host saw Pharaoh's troops drowned in the sea, they went into song, and God rebuked them and said, my children are drowning too, and you sing songs of praise. So we remember that others suffered amidst our freedom and our trek to freedom. So with each drop, with each plague, we take a drop of wine or juice. Dam, blood, Sephardeia, frog, Kinim, lice, Otto, flies, Dever, cattle disease, Shakeen, oil, hail, Arbe, locust, Hoshek, darkness, Makat, death of the firstborn. To help us remember them, Rabbi Judah organized them according to their initials, Nitzach, Adash, Ba'achav. And our next reader?
If you had what we freedom, it would have been sufficient. Yet
Dayenu will be found on page 16.
And please add all the parts, all the stuff that you hear in your hearts, because that's what was there when you were little. Dying, all those wonderful parts. Ilu, ilu, Hotzianu, Hotzianu, mi Mitzrayim, Hotzianu, mi Mitzrayim, Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. Oh, ilu natan natan lanu et hashalom natan lanu et hashalom dayenu, 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 dayenu. Oh, ilu natan natan lanu et haTorah, natan lanu et haTorah, dayenu, 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 dayenu.
Sign them up for the choir. On page 18, Dayenu, you can see on page 17, all the Hebrew, Dayenu is a step-by-step process of redemption. And we read on page 18, Dayenu, you brought us out of Egypt, split the sea, fed us manna, gave us Shabbat, brought us to Mount Sinai, gave us the Torah, returned us to the land of our ancestors, and built the temple, summoning us to perfect this world under your unshackled rule. The Passover Seder has many important symbols, yet three are so important that the sage Rabban Gamaliel taught no Seder is really complete unless they're fully explained. Pesach, Matzah, and Maror. The three are the paschal lamb, the matzah, and the bitter herbs. And what we'll be doing is we're going to be referring to a number of the items on our wonderful Seder plates, which were put together. Let me also note there's one additional item which has become a tradition on many Seder plates, and that is an orange. And you see a number of oranges around as well. And an orange is a sign of inclusion because as the Jewish community was starting to catch up in terms of both egalitarianism and LGBTQ plus rights, one of the first responses was a very chauvinistic rabbi said, well, that's like putting bread on a Seder plate. And so some radicals started to put bread crumbs on their Seder plates. And that was sort of a bridge too far for Passover, as it were. And so the idea was that an orange helps to sort of transform things and show beauty, and it certainly is quite kosher on a Seder plate, just as we should be a most open and inclusive environment, and that is kosher indeed as well. The first is the paschal lamb. For Rabban Gamaliel, the shank bone helps us to recall the paschal lamb known as the Pesach. Before the temple was destroyed, our ancestors ate the Pesach during this festival. The word itself describes how God passed over the houses of our ancestors in Egypt on the night of this terrible plague. The second is matzah, the dough which our ancestors prepared but did not manage to let rise during their quick escape from Egypt. And the third, I'm going to point to the bitter herbs. Our last symbol, maror, represents our ancestors' bitter lives in Egypt. The Torah tells how the Egyptians made their lives bitter with cruel, oppressive work. The S's, again, this is the big paragraph in the Haggadah. Every year, we must feel that we have personally left Egypt. As it says in the book of Exodus, you shall tell your child on that day, I do this because of what God did for me when I came out of Egypt. Songs of praise, Hallel, begin on page 20.
Bet Yisrael mi Mitzrayim, Bet Yaakov me'am Moed, Bet Yisrael mi Mitzrayim, Bet Yaakov me'am Moed, Hayam Artanin Dalet Hoshlo, Yisrael mam shelo rav, Hayam, Rayam, Hayarden Yisor le'ahor, Bezet Yisrael mi Mitzrayim, Bet Yaakov me'am Moed.
Page 21.
Malachi Hayim.
I'm sorry, page 20. Malach HaChayim is towards the middle of page, slightly towards the bottom, page 20.
Oh, and I have a little chance to make that a little higher, maybe? No. I think I like it a little. Wait a minute. Here we go. Sorry about that. Malachi Hayim.
Malachi Hayim.
Kitanu.
Kitanus.
Hayarden. Tisov le'achor.
Tisov le'achor.
Heharim Rabdu.
Heharim.
Kieli.
Tirkedu ve'eli.
Kivao.
Kivao.
Elohakol.
Kivnetzon.
Milefnei Hadon.
Milifnei Adon.
Uliaret.
Uliaret.
Mitlinei. Elohakol.
Yaakov.
Yahufi Raksur.
Achofi Hatzor.
Agamayim.
Agamayim.
Halamiyah.
Alamish.
Lavanomayim.
Page 21. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has freed us and freed our ancestors from Egypt and made it possible for us to be here today. Baruch
Baruch
atah
Adonai, Eloheinu melech
haolam.
haolam, borei peri hagafen.
And we have a second cup of wine or juice. This time, I recite the blessing and then wash. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitsham b'mitzvotav v'tzivano nitilat yadayim. And that prepares us now for what is the festival, the symbolic meal, right before the festival meal. First, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask that you get some matzah, take some matzah. The first blessing, you need sort of a bite-sized piece. And for this first blessing of matzah, there's actually two blessings. There's the motzi, which is the blessing for eating bread. And there's also the blessing specific to be eating matzah. So we're going to say the blessing together right before eating the matzah. So grab a nice piece. Technically, more than the pit of an olive is the right size for matzah. And the blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem ha'aretz. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav mitzivanu afilat matzah. And have a piece of matzah. So now get ready. You're going to need a little more matzah, and you're also going to need some horseradish and some charoset. The charoset is the clay, the building, like the blocks for Pharaoh's building projects. The maror is reminiscent of the bitterness of slavery, and so. Sometimes it's like if you have a horseradish piece, you'll dip it right in, or you can put it together with a little bit of horseradish and a little bit of charoset. You can put it on a little piece of matzah. We're going to be making a matzah sandwich right after this stuff. So let's see. So the tradition is that you eat the maror and with the bitter herbs, with the charoset a little bit on the quick side. The blessing you will find on top of page 23. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav mitzivanu afilat maror. Have some bitter herbs. Actually, a little-known Southbury fact, the spiciest horseradish around is at the watermark. You wouldn't expect at the watermark. So now you're going to put together a sandwich, and the idea is that it be a sandwich. Hillel would have the matzah with bitter herbs, and so the idea is that to eat them together. So make a sandwich with some charoset, some bitter herbs, some maror, and some matzah. And this is like our Torah verse in Hillel. We recognize that sometimes happiness and sorrow walk hand in hand. Yet we do not despair. Instead, we live with faith and obligation as we labor to bring meaning to searching souls and healing to a fractured world. And so have a Hillel sandwich. And after that, our symbolic meal has now concluded. And in a few moments, at Sandy's direction, we will be ready for our Shulchan Orech, our festive meal. So enjoy.
I've never followed that. I've never. I mean, I'll leave these out if I don't have to.
That's why I did it. I think it is. Nice to meet you.
Could you please?
Yeah, we got this.
So kind.
Right over your shoulder here.
Come over here.
How do you know her? And what she's
Usually I have Scotch tape, but this is,
Not the Velcro, but
you know, I used to have that. 40 years ago I had them. 30 years ago, I sort of had them. The last number of years, usually it's masking tape or Scotch.
anything, duct tape.
So I had said to Ellen, I said, Dan,
No, because I eat eggs.
shouldn't we be doing the same thing? She said, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not.
We talked about that last time.
Questionable, I don't know where the body is for 29 years. Like a vertebrae.
We've had like, it's a little early, but every once in a while the bears will show up. Actually, yeah, one year we had somebody dump a llama.
Live.
Well, because the cows are usually
So it made sense at the time.
crazy. So we get all sorts of animals.
We can see our neighbors, they're on a regular about a half mile from us. We see them all the time. We see bobcats, we see
Enjoy this work.
big group.
I'm Sandy and Paul's daughter. I came to help with this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She was sweetheart.
Meditative work.
There's a
Yeah. They're rescue horses, which I never worked with before. Rescue animals. They're angry, they don't like it, and then we're some of them small. It was pretty rough. The year I was there, keep stepping on it. I love them. Magnificent animals. Yes, and there was no guidance. Yes, which I can see that strong. But a long time, certainly guys, and I was just kind of like, here's some money, kid, take care of it. And there was some seriously difficult. Oh yeah. It wasn't up to riding yet. Because she didn't line to make sure I was so I would walk. Well, you got all these volunteers around here. But I would walk, which I never really done. I have one encounter in the woods where dogs come at me. And I turned to look at the horse, and the horse passed. Turning his head, and I caught the head right by my face. And I sent him flying into the air. That's when I realized Right. That's all you can do. Watch out for low-hanging branches. Yeah. Yeah, you can talk all night about stupid things that have happened on the back of horses. Or on the ground. If you spend enough time, there's always something. Yeah. Yes. They're schemers. And a couple of guys. We were friendly. A few of them, the scout staff were friendly. And we'd go out at night and play hide and seek. Because the campgrounds were fairly wide, so you can see what's going on at night. Right, in the woods, it's a good thing. We had a lot of fun.
I think there's a cop back there.
What's that?
You read it on your phone? Yeah, I appreciate that. I just can't read it. Oh my gosh.
You should take a whole action.
What were you doing on that time?
Yeah, so whatever, wherever you
See the reindeer?
or just the other club.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Bethel, so
Which is where? Finland or no?
I have to decide on the library.
Right.
And that's all different.
You buy the
Now, it's all
country.
different.
You never even on your phone. It's going to class. I don't know.
Well, if you have a tablet, you can put it in. Okay.
See?
Especially if you have a rail train, that's so that's why I love it. It's a great train.
Right, it's a lot lighter than a camera.
They make cheese out of it. They do.
What's it?
Yeah.
I got stopped and I explained to them.
Right. Yes. No, it was not. We were saying that also. We wonder what you were thinking. Yeah.
Because of the color. I thought it was just, most of it. Oh, no.
Ridiculously
My dad picked him up just before.
Yeah, but Nesta comes in, I mean, he's expensive.
But she did all the ensembles, someone else also made ensembles.
It's not helping, it's cold like
Carrie, don't wait for me, this is sorry. Don't wait for me.
see, I said hi because I also, I make village ties, and I close it with who is like the sweetest girl. She's from there. Yeah. But that wasn't, she was married to somebody else.
What do you do? What's the word? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Been busy? We'll let you retire. God bless you. So you've been traveling your whole life? No, yeah,
But now, honestly, what I do is I also, I fix that. I've got two shit going.
yeah, when you stay for 3 months, it's not right.
It's very hard. My brain doesn't stop. If I walk in the door,
Right. 2 weeks is yeah, we read it. Until God's passed. We decided now we drank it. That nice. It's okay. And your dog? Everybody's got a stick, you know. She makes cookies like crazy. They love seeing her.
Ross makes sandwiches. Yeah.
They make fun.
Miss the bar.
Yeah, it's not they come in pots, but the dog. Yeah. What have you done for me lately?
You have 7? That's it. Never been like Connecticut, but
Oh, when you said Washington, I knew it was Washington.
Right, no,
Three and another one on the way.
we'll do it.
they kind of, people don't do these so much anymore now.
happens when you celebrate 50 years as an alum. The story ends right there because you got 50 years of stuff put down with something. None at all. It's kind of comforting knowing I got to feel more than that. I give myself a second. Oh, yeah. My phone. Oh, yeah.
We've been there.
Right up there with George. Louise. And Frank. Where's this guy?
He's an honor. I don't really know.
60s and 70s, you still look modern. Bro, it's modern. Yeah, the one on the album. Yeah. No one had. Do you remember that poster that came on the album? I saw that on they were all, this one was big because they all had, you know, tag. I had one of them. I taped it up there, shredded it when it came down.
So we need to talk to something there were 8 of them. We just put it on the shelf. We were having a party.
People don't know what they are already. So bad looking at that plastic box.
Oh, yeah, I know, we are. He hung up with my father. Everybody likes to share.
Oh, yeah, perfect. That was right part.
There'll be another.
Nice to be here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
How about you, Rochelle? I haven't had one of my
That's pretty good.
Place you travel to. Yeah.
Big companies that are basically owned by, whatever, it's right. You know, it's a lot of money.
In Jerusalem, it almost been packed.
Like not one day.
Celebrating. Yeah.
They had a change.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Pretty bleak landscape.
So what I do is,
That's what I like about travel. You see completely different landscapes. Some people have adapted to them. Going to, you know, like vegetable gardens, to the markets, and see food you've never seen before, you know. It's not I wish we would have gotten the
Just sat down. My father used to watch, well, he's your husband, you're welcome. It's not like he is not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry. But you're entitled to do that.
What, just recently? Yeah. We never stood around, we were supposed to be, we were gonna go with the Federation. We would have been there. We had to keep the trophy trips. Stop traveling. I got $5 passport. I'm traveling, just dropped this because I had a passport. I couldn't follow the 18 rules driving myself. Wow. I couldn't yeah, myself. And then the next thing, nobody was and I can't tried to argue my point, but I sound like crazy. You know, as soon as you open your mouth, I got to let go. She got on the airplane. And then, like 2 days later, so we had those my son lives there. Just checked into the hotel and was sick before. Well, between those two trips, almost back to back, I had enough of them. Yeah. He paid it. Yeah. What? Orthodox and everything. Right, you did, yeah. Yeah, right, you got the vacation in, you can be sick at home. on television tell you what to do, but you know, you're smarter than those people on television. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I was glad I was. I got a barn. I'm building this teasing about the two guys. Made a couple of stalls in the barn. Raised beds for my garden. Yes, yes, I did a lot of landscaping. Where? Of course it would. Yeah. It's like you haven't stolen your own. It was a real problem. I didn't go to Passover. Still, I had a great trip to the magazine. I drove to the Colorado, 6 14 hours to get back to the capital to get to the embassy.
Can I take the place?
No, I had to tell my story. And then, had to prove I was who I said I was. Oh, thanks. I had to get a picture over here, back over there, the whole thing. But I got it. I got it. The whole trip. Kind of crazy. It's a different place, and they will look at you. And then I have to say that they look at you. Really American feel. That is, because they have so much parents, you can have information you can spend time. Anyway, that was my experience.
Oh, right, yeah.
We were supposed to do Kenya. Supposed to do that was tourism is due. But they really pick it up. great to see. Everybody I speak to that do it. See most of the yeah. It's good to get 6 days to get around that. No, do you think? A little bit. Oh, I lived on that.
You just can't have it in the car.
Have you done that a lot for stuff? The whole trick there is to unless you don't want to be a cultural, but you can island out a little bit like planes. If you wanted to do it, good, stable. We were on like the Howard 6 couples.
Okay, well, just to tell you,
It was great. They only allowed 10 people. Plus two village. So,
It's a port container, Chinese.
and landing was just the World Heritage sites. I'd like to see Angkor I'd like to see it's much bigger than I thought. I thought it was like 10 miles. It's just
What, from me? When he's working on something, right now, when he's working on something to get his pass. If I have a picture,
oh, there is. Well, I wanted to see Russia. My brother saw Russia. I don't think I'll ever see Russia. Yes. I think we're also going up there, to be honest with you. You know? Happy to see you. Half of the space.
My first time watching.
Unless they don't release the airship. But
Leave it in there, or someone else.
just it's like the majority all over.
Did you know that?
Each generation. It's real. And it's as bad as Holy older. Study psychology. Everybody telegraphed.
We've got hard containers there. Right. Yeah, that's. It's gonna take home 12 half empty. Yeah, no, that's what, yeah. You've done this before. Oh, yeah, that's what she was. Where was your wine shop? I don't know. My father had a dad was your New York City, 87th floor and my daughter lives there now. She painted a picture. It's on my phone of the liquor store. It's called Parkins. And it's still there. My father is dead, retired. It is. It was. It is retired. Yeah, they retired. Yeah, grandma, grandpa retired. And grandma was like 50 years old. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And that's still retired. Veggies came out. Oh, so that's a good idea. White wine is the best. Like, South Tower. That's good to know. Because I
I'll hold my hand if you don't shake it too loud. It's been a while. That's it. Somebody who asked me, Fred, how are you doing with time? I said, no, I really listen to that. Most of the time, sometimes it's just nothing. I said, what do you mean? I said, nothing is something.
Heading home, drive safe. Because I gotta get Ginger home, she needs to take her medication. It's like having a kid.
So, just to note before the second half of the Seder, if you qualify, which means you're below 13 years old, the afikomen has been hidden, but you have to be below 13 in order to look for it.
Is you the only one? I think it should be 50 and under.
You guys don't call.
Oh, okay, we got two. Okay, there's two. That's better. I remember finding last year's. Back in the day when you couldn't find it, and then a year later when I was looking, they found it. It happened to Grandma and Grandpa's once. Nobody could find it. Nobody could find it, and then Grandpa probably just never moved it. And the next year, it was still there. We found it the next year. I think he might have.
When you're,
I never found it. Yeah, we never got clues. I think Grandpa was like, that sounds, yeah, like, yeah. She was having
so hang on to it for just a little bit. Right. Who would ever think to hide matzah in matzah?
No, I never wanted that. I think he put like a $5 bill or coin. Grandpa had those coins he would give out. Do you remember the dollar coins he had? Yeah, he had those. Yeah, he used to give us silver dollars. That's, I have a few. I know Doug got more than I did.
I think so, because, yeah, I think we should. Now, B'nai Israel is not known for extremely long second half of Seders, but it is known for second half of Seders. And so, first, for those, let's see, first, the Afikomen Prize. So come on. Down, Adra. And CJ was also looking. So CJ. Okay, so CJ. So just don't give it so easily. Linda, is there something which we want to offer as a? Okay, so very well. So one for you, one for CJ, okay? Fair exchange? Very good. Thank you. So they worked as a team, and Linda was super prepared. It's a wonderful prize this year, and the wonderful prize You want to hold up the prize? Hold up the prize so folks can see. It's like really great stuff, conceived of by Linda. It's really lovely.
It's a lot of frogs.
So there's chocolate frogs, there's silly frogs, there's a frog straw, and in keeping with the plague frog theme. On page 24, in place of elaborate after-dinner entertainment, epikomios, that was fashionable in ancient Rome, we taste this afikomen, a broken and formerly hidden matzah. May the day come soon when the lost will be found, the hidden revealed, and the broken made whole. And so this is our matzah. I'm going to have a little piece of it. And the idea is that the last thing consumed, sort of bringing this back to what's the point and purpose of the evening, is to remember the matzah and so to have a piece of matzah. Now on page 25 begins the Birkat Hamazon. Traditionally in Judaism, some of the real prayers come not before the meal, but after the meal. And the Birkat Hamazon begins on page 25. Rabotai Nevarech, Yehi Shem Adonai Mevarach Me'etav Yad Olam, Yehi Shem Adonai Mevarach Me'etav Yad Olam, Bershut Rabotai Nevarech Eloheinu, Shalchanu Mishalo, Baruch Eloheinu Shalchanu Mishalo, Utevo Hayinu, Baruch Eloheinu Shalchanu Mishalo, Utevo Hayinu, Baruch Uruch Shemo, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Hazan et haolam kulo b'tzivo, b'chein b'chesed u'rachamim, u'noten lechem l'chol chasdo, ki le'olam chasdo, u'tuvo hagadol, tamid lo chesed lanu, ve'yal yachzor lanu, ma'azon le'olam va'ed, ba'avor shemo hagadol, ki ozan u'farnes lakol, u'meitiv lakol, u'mechin mazon lechol birotav asher bara, Baruch atah Adonai, Hazan et hakol. Page 28. U'bnei Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh B'mhara v'yameinu, Baruch atah Adonai, Bonei barachamav, Yerushalayim, Amen, Harachaman, U'yimloch le'olam va'ed, Harachaman, U'yitbarach b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, Harachaman, U'yishlach lanu bracha, U'rabah b'bayit kaseh, V'al shulchan zeh shechalnu alav, Harachaman, U'yishlach lanu et Eliyahu hanavi zachor latov, V'vaser vaser lanu b'sorot tovot, Yeshua b'nechamot, B'maron yolamdu, Aleihem v'aleinu, Zechut shetehei lishmeret shalom, V'nisa bracha me'et Adonai, U'tzedaka me'Elohei sheinu, V'nimsachen v'sechel tov v'nei Elohim v'adam, Harachaman, U'yas l'mot ha'mashiach l'chei halam haba, Oseh shalom bimromad, U'yachaseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. And Feel free to put a little bit of wine in your glasses for our third cup of wine. This is page 30. Remembering the promise of redemption, we lift up our cups of wine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri haolam. We have another cup up here, which is Elijah's cup. The tradition is that we drink 4 cups, we put a 5th cup, Elijah's cup, and when the time of full redemption, when the world is truly better, Elijah will come and we'll drink that cup. So we always invite Elijah into our Seder each year, with the hope that there will be some promise of redemption, that it will be a better time. And so, Amanda, we're going to trouble you to open the door right there. Elijah, keep your eyes out. The prophet from the village of Tishbe in Gilead, fought injustice and idolatry, protector of the humble, healer of the sick, helper of the widow. Jewish tradition presents Elijah as the herald of the Messiah. Inviting Elijah into our Seder, we open the door for return to justice, mercy, and understanding. At the same time, we remember our people's enemies who sought to destroy us and the righteous of all nations. On page 31 is Eliyahu Hanavi.
Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hakilati, B'Hera B'Yameinu, Yavo Eleinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David.
Having opened the door, now we're going to close the door. Elijah has had his opportunity. Also here is a cup. This has water in it. This is Miriam's cup. Miriam's song is on page 31.
And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And Miriam was a weaver of unique variety. The tapestry she wove was one which sang our history. With every strand and every thread she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she dances for the light. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who is exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. When Miriam stood upon the shores and gazed across the sea, the wonder of this miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom and march to the promised land. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And Miriam the prophet took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song. She sang with praise and might. We've just lived through a miracle. we're gonna dance tonight. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long.
Praise Adonai, all nations. Praise God, all countries, for God's kindness is great. Adonai's promise endures forever. Odu Adonai from the song is right underneath on page 32.
Oh, do, Ladonai, oh, do, the Kito, Ki, Leolam, Ki Leolam Hasto, Lai da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 Yomar na Yisrael Ki Leolam Ki Leolam Hasto Lai da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 Yomruna Beta Haro Ki Leolam Ki Leolam Hasto Lai da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 Yomruna Yare Adonai Ki Leolam Ki Leolam Hasto Lai da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da da
Bottom of page 33, a beautiful prayer known as Nishmat Kol Chai. For though our mouths should overflow with the song as the sea, our tongues with melody as the roaring waves, our lips with praise as the heaven's wide expanse, and though our eyes were to shine as the sun and the moon, our arms extend like eagle's wings, our feet speed swiftly as deer, still we could not fully thank you, Adonai our God and God of all ages, or bless your name enough for even one of your infinite kindnesses to our ancestors and to us. We raise our final cup, though our redemption is not yet complete. As we raise the final cup of wine, we remain hopeful for the ultimate redemption of our people and all who are righteous.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Chasal Sidor Pesach Kehilchato. Our Seder now officially concludes, its rites and customs done. We leave from this Seder encouraged to work for a new Passover, one in a time when all shall sit under their vines and under their fig trees, and none shall make them afraid.
Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Be'Yerushalayim. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Be'Yerushalayim. Lishana haba, Lishana haba, Yerushalayim. Lishana haba. Lishana haba Yerushalayim.
So this is what, year number 34 in the rabbinate for me? I think so, right? Ordination in 1990. So in all of these years, I can tell you, nobody puts together a more spirited and inclusive version of Chad Gadya than Linda. And from years to years, it's absolutely swell. And so Linda makes it swell by making it inclusive of all of us here. And so Linda ensures that we all have a part to play in Chad Gadya.
Right, and everybody, we need your sound effects, because I can't do them all by myself. So, we're going to make some assignments here. And,
we're going to start Chad Gadya. Chad Gadya. And so this is page 39 or page 40, where it starts, and it extends on to page 41.
okay.
And it becomes very inclusive because Linda is going to put you to work with special sound effects.
Okay, so we're going to start right here, and you're going to be the goat. Okay? Let me hear a nice goat sound. That's a good, you can be louder if you like, but that's a very fine goat sound. Okay, then we need a cat. We can actually have several cats. I think you could be cats, and you can join in the cat too, okay? And then we need some dogs. How about the four of you be dogs? Can I hear some good dogs? Oh, good. Really nice. That sounds kind of Beigelish.
So we have a goat, we have a cat,
Okay.
we have dogs.
All right. Okay. I got a hard assignment for you. You're going to be the stick. Yeah. So let me hear the stick. That's a good sound for a stick. Okay. Okay. All right. And then, okay. Are you ready? You're fire. Let me hear fire. Good. Okay. Good. All right. All right.
Now we have a
Let's
center.
see. Here, I think we're going to have the whole bunch of you be water. Let me hear water. Okay. Good. You can work on that. Okay. Then you are, hello, you are the ox. Do you know what ox? I don't know. You move. Okay. Whatever. You can get more aggressive as you go. Okay. Then we need, it gets harder though. Okay. Then we need the butcher. How about chop? That's a good one. Okay. The butcher. And now we need the angel of death. I know, that's really kind of the hardest one. Okay, so think about it. When we get to you, you don't have to do it many times. The good news is you don't have to do it many times. The angel of death, I don't know. That's you have to figure that out. And this whole group, you are going to be the holy one. I know, it is a hard one. I saved the hardest one for this group. I just want you to know that. Okay. So what we do is we're telling the story, and each time we start with the goat. Let me hear the goat. Okay. We're singing a song. We start with the goat, and each time we add another piece.
But
so
we
we
can
have,
go back.
Yes. And the goat is always part of the story. And so each time we add a piece, and finally, it's everything involved. But you'll get it. You'll do fine. You look nervous. Don't be nervous.
Yeah, it's impossible to fail. And so, page 41 for Hebrew, you'll see the transliteration. Pardon, page 39 for the Hebrew, transliteration is on 40, and then 41 English.
So the first part, and we need to sing this together. Haggadah, Haggadah. All right, we are a lot of people here, and we can make that sound fabulous. Fill the whole room up. Let's try it again. Haggadah, Haggadah. Now, yes, the unfortunate part is that when we're singing that, you don't get to sing it because you have to, do that Haggadah thing. You have to be the goat, okay? And I want to hear you above all those other people. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, all right, so here we're starting one more time. We're going to hear it with the goat. Ready, go, and Haggadah, Haggadah. My father bought for 2 zuzim. Haggadah, Haggadah. Now it's getting exciting. Then came the cat that bit the duck, that ate the goat. My father bought for 2 zuzim. Haggadah, Haggadah. Then came the dog that bit the cat, that ate the kid. And my father bought for 2 zuzim. Haggadah, Haggadah. Then came the stick that hit the dog, that bit the cat, that ate the kid. My father bought for 2 zuzim. Haggadah, Haggadah. Then came the fire that burned the stick, that beat the dog, that bit the cat, that ate the kid. My father bought for 2 zuzim. Haggadah, Haggadah. Ready, water? Then came the water that quenched the fire, that burned the stick, that beat the dog, that bit the cat, that ate the kid. My father bought for 2 zuzim. Haggadah, Haggadah. Then came the ox and drank the water that quenched the fire, that burned the stick, that beat the dog, that bit the cat, that ate the kid. My father bought for 2 zuzim. Haggadah, Haggadah.
Now it gets a little darker.
Then came the butcher. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, we're going to start again. Then came the butcher that slew the ox, that drank the water, that quenched the fire, that burned the stick, that beat the dog, that bit the cat, that ate the kid. My father bought for 2 zuzim. Haggadah, Haggadah. Then came the angel of death and killed the Wait a minute. They came the angel that killed the butcher, that slew the ox, that drank the water, that quenched the fire, that burned the stick, that beat the dog, that bit the cat, that ate the kid. My father bought for 2 zuzim. Haggadah, Haggadah. Then came the Holy One. Blessed be God. destroy the angel of death that killed the butcher, that slew the ox, that drank the water, that quenched the fire, that burned the stick, that beat the dog, that bit the cat, that ate the kid. My father fought for two Susie. Ah, God, yeah. Ah, God, yeah. Very good job.
So, first, thank you, Linda. Just fantastic. Sandy, we have you just come up for one moment, Sandy? Sandy?
Rose, I was too shy.
Oh, Stephen. You were so fabulous as here for Sandy. You know, homemade soup, homemade matzo balls. We've had lots of helpers. She found all the helpers. And I mean, it tasted like Mama used to make. Only, I mean, not my mama, his mama. It was wonderful, and I know how much time, yes, and you were just really pleasant to work with, and you were fabulous. So we are so grateful, and we want you to have this, and remember this triumph.
Leftover chicken. Martin's over there if you want to take dessert or matzo ball soup and carosi. That's what's left if you want to help yourself, because I can't take it home.
Again, Chag Sameach, a very happy festival of Passover, and it's really, it's so great for all of us to be together. So again, Chag Sameach. Next year, Jerusalem. And if not Jerusalem, back in Southbury.
We have something for you. And your brother.